way. AD and LeBron are up 39-33 on the Bulls.
Yeah, and a great job by the supporting cast, too. I mean, this team is capable of beating teams without AD and LeBron, not to take anything away from their contribution. AD's hot, but, you know, a good collective effort.
Yeah, they're White and Levine are they big dogs, and they kind of holding them in check. You know, White only has 4 points, but that's the thing that they have to do, play good defense.
Jack in the Box halftime report starts right after this.
I didn't have health insurance.
Human trafficking is modern-day slavery. It is the exploitation of a person.
Let's get you out to Chicago for Windy City. Frank Vogel and the Lakers looking to keep their unbeaten road record intact. First quarter, Lakers come out on a roll. It's AD domination. He'd have a monster opening quarter. Shortly after, a little role reversal. People like to double AD, big game, and LeBron cutting to the hoop, wide open, dangerous.
Yeah, so much to worry about. When you got AD in the post, everyone's peeking at him, and then before you know it, LeBron's making a cut, and then again, AD with the up and under for a high percentage shot. They're on the break, Breeder.
More AD, Rob, 7 for 8 in the first quarter with 15.
Yeah, they're really good at leaking out, and LeBron's great at throwing it over the top. Exploit him. And young fella right there, THC, he back in Chicago, too. Let's not forget about him.
Let's not forget he's playing in front of the hometown fans. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. LeBron dunk. And then this. Watch this guy. We got a replay of this big game. Good pass by Caruso. Heads up play.
Well, yeah, you know, active hands, deflections. They're off and running.
This is the one
for the slam.
This is the one that kind of surprised us. Oh!
That is a I've never seen moment before. Oh, my goodness. You never see LeBron whiff on a dunk.
Schroeder, fast to the rack. So they should be up 32, Rob. LeBron never misses dunks.
Oh, yeah.
63-33, your TV is correct. AD on fire. LeBron, THT getting some burn after a couple of DMPs. He's got 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Lakers absolutely rolling. More to come on the Jack in the Box halftime report. AD is getting out of his funk thanks to some home cooking, his highest scoring half of the season.
But he definitely has gone away from the three-point line just over the last 2 weeks. We'll see if he gets it back against Chicago today.
Tonight in Chicago, you're going to have your eyes on the Laker backcourt.
Yeah, can they defend that Bulls backcourt? Because these guys are young, they're fast, and they are good. I mean, Zach LaVine, it's too bad there's no All-Star game this year because he would probably make it. I mean, he is just having an outstanding season. He got the Lakers for 38 points earlier this month at Staples Center. He's hitting on all cylinders, whether it's threes, drives to the lane, he drops a few dimes every game. And, of course, his backcourt mate, I won't say where he went to college, but if I were to say North Carolina, I'm sure James would be pretty happy. Pretty fast guy, only his second year in the league. These two guys are very, very talented. Kobe White, not quite as consistent as Zach LaVine. He had 36 points against Sacramento earlier this month, but then he was scoreless last week against Dallas. So, you know, you see the numbers there. Kobe got a little bit of work to do to catch up to Zach on most nights, but still, that's a pretty deadly offensive duo back there. Defensively, not so sharp. KCP back for tonight's game. He was not in that game that we see right there.
Speaking of sharp, the Lakers 3-ball.
Yeah.
You're impressed. I think all of us are.
Yeah, I mean, I've covered this team for 17 seasons now in certain capacities. I have never seen a three-point blitz like they've had over the past month. Look, the Powell and Kobe teams, they won 2 championships, not really known for the three-point touch. And, of course, the Shaq and Kobe teams, they had some pretty good shooters. I guess Rob Horry was probably one of them, but definitely not known for being a great three-point shooting team. But these guys have really started out strong. I mean, what they're doing behind the arc, you've got Alex Caruso, second in the NBA in three-point accuracy. Right behind him, KCP, third in the entire league behind the arc. Would not have predicted it. They definitely made some moves during the offseason to try to enhance getting some easy buckets, and it's happened for them for sure. By the way, quick fact, the best Laker three-point shooting team ever. They led the league in 1986-87. James Worthy,
yes,
he took 13 threes in that game. In that
because
season.
they had to double me all the time.
There you go. That was a good shooting team. The only time they ever led the league in three-point shooting. Right now, they're third in the NBA as a team.
You know who else has started? LeBron and AD. He has a better sense of how to succeed. That experience of running next to him, knowing where he wants the ball, when and where he's going to get those looks and those shots, which as a shooter makes sense because you want that rhythm, and it's paying dividends for him.
Yeah, and there's also some good communication, as we saw, I think, in a couple games ago when Pope neglected to take a shot, and LeBron was like, "Take the damn shot." But yeah, when you play with LeBron, you get a sense of how he handles the ball and what direction he's going in. So you get an idea of, for instance, how to drop to the level of the ball. As LeBron is driving down, you got to drop to where he can see you. That's what he said, where I can be seen. Also, AD, just knowing where the defense is collapsing, and then when the defense moves, he moves to an open space where he can be seen and where he can get an open shot. So it takes a lot to a good shooter is only as good as the offense is run. And he's starting to understand where to be and how they're looking and where their eyes are and where he should be to get a good high percentage shot.
As you mentioned, his teammates want him to shoot the ball. He's there to space the floor, and the energy he provides, it's fun. Rob, I don't know if you saw this, but with those 7 threes against Milwaukee for KCP, he moved up on the all-time Lakers three-point made list. We don't even need to talk about it because that speaks for itself. My question is, where are you?
Sit next to you. But
as it pertains to this list, my friend.
When he get 3 championships with the Lakers, have him call me, all right?
274. You spent how many seasons with the Lake Show?
7 seasons.
He's in season 4, right? 4?
Allie.
He's almost doubled you, my
First
friend.
of all, he didn't play with Kobe Bryant or Shaquille O'Neal. So he's playing with guys. His first 2 years, he was playing with gunners. That's all they did was shoot threes. But, back to what James was saying. James, you missed out a very important point. When you have those opportunities, when those guys like LeBron and AD are playing with you and you get to your position, once you knock down a shot, that builds confidence not only in yourself, but in your teammates. So now they're looking for you, and that's the key. I look at all the shots that I've made in my career with the Lakers. It was about me getting in position and knowing where to shoot the ball, because when a player's drawn up, if you're not the first option, you better damn sure make sure you're the second option, because that's where the ball's going. And so Kobe drives, he kicks for 3. Kobe drives, he kicks for 3. Shaq penetrates, he collapses, he kicks for 3. And so that's what KCP is learning now. He's learning how to get in the line of sight of the big dogs and be ready. Don't be like sitting there like, oh shit, is it coming? Ooh, I'm sorry. Oh, is it coming? You catch it and then you shoot it. I apologize, people. That just comes out as a basketball practice.
I feel you, Rob.
Yeah.
But that's how it is. You have to be ready to catch and shoot, and that's what KCP is doing now. He's ready to catch and shoot.
With that said, Big Game, let me ask you. 3-point contest. Balls, everything. Racks, the money ball. We'll throw it on television because he likes to see himself on television.
So, yeah, man, he had to let the young guy know that, I heard your statement that you said I was the best, but I got to show you now.
It's always about picking things out to motivate you. And if there are no fans in the stands, you have to say, okay, what will I use tonight to push me over that edge, to push me over that hump to get to a victory? And I think LeBron is perfect at just picking and choosing certain people on the court. And I think this game was probably going to be the easiest game because you had a guy that, first of all, won Defensive Player of the Year, and you think your teammate should have got it. But the bigger prize was winning MVP, and you got that over me. So he had so much motivation going into this game. And I think the way Giannis played in this game, if he needed it, it woke him up even more to go out and do damage. And to me, this was just a perfect game that he played. He didn't go out and take a lot of shots. He took what was given to him. And a lot of times when guys want to come out and make a statement, they go above and beyond and do things they don't need to do. But LeBron took exactly what was given to him and paced himself and got a victory.
Yeah, and in the event, just in the event that we see you guys in the finals, I want you to remember this. All right?
I love, too, that he's always fueled, as he said after the game, the individual matchups, again, is for us to talk about and have fun with, but it's all about what he needs to do for the overall team success. And the last time you were here, Rob, you gave the Lakers a C grade at that point. Where are you now? Just a little pulse of...
See, they lost to Golden State at home. Being up 15 points, that might drop him down to a D.
What do we call him?
Bad cop, boy.
Shoot.
Y'all missing a good opportunity to do the bad cop.
Home.
Yeah, I hear you.
He's bad detective tonight, though. You undercover.
Undercover. We love some good stats around here. Here's a look at the players with the most all-time buckets versus the Bulls, given, of course, the Lakers are in the Windy City. What do you know? The cat, 1895. Human highlight, Dominique, right up there.
Class of 79.
You got to think about Kareem, though. Kareem played in the West, and he got those points. That'll let you know he was a bad man.
That is different. I hear you. With that said, we're going to transition because when it comes to Lakers basketball, one thing quickly comes to mind: family. Family which extends even beyond the organization.